Arab myself from Nazareth, I want to clear a few things up once and for all. The 205 pages Amnesty International report constantly refers to the apartheid against Palestinian citizens of Israel, making no differentiation between Israeli Arabs and Palestinians. It's really not that difficult to understand. Palestinians live under the government of the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank, or Hamas in Gaza. Israeli Arabs, like me, live under the democratic government of Israel with equal rights to any Jewish citizens. No matter how many times Amnesty International tries to erase my identity, that doesn't make it so. I was born an Israeli and I will remain an Israeli, and I am entitled to all the same rights as any citizens of Israel. Not only that, but we Arabs are 20% of the entire population here. We are Supreme Court judges, leading doctors, athletes, singers, military leaders, politicians, and more. I myself was a soldier in the Israeli Defense Forces, protecting my community, majority Arabs in Nazareth area, from terrorist attacks by Hezbollah. Not only that, I was a commander over Jewish soldiers. What kind of apartheid regime would allow Arabs to give orders to Jews? Recent statistics also shows that the majority of Israeli Arabs do not in fact identify as Palestinians, but as Arabs or Israeli Arabs. Only 7% of those surveyed even identified as Palestinians. A subsequent poll showed that 80% of Israeli Arabs prefer to live in Israel over living in the US or any other Western country. Just for context, only 71% of Israeli Jews answered the same in the same survey. I guess life isn't that bad under apartheid. Now, apartheid is defined as a system of discrimination or oppression based on race. So let's talk about it. Israel basic laws state explicitly that they protect against such discrimination and preserve the status of the State of Israel as Jewish and democratic. Not Jewish, not democratic, but Jewish and democratic. That means that this country specifically protects the rights of religious and ethnic minorities by law from its establishment. Does that mean there is no racism? Of course not. We live in a country like any other country. But you cannot claim there is a system of apartheid against Israeli Arabs. As for the Palestinians, the status quo of occupation is problematic, but still not based on racial discrimination. Nor does Israel want to control the Palestinian population, which is why the vast majority of Palestinians live in Area A under Palestinian government and military control. Additionally, every agreement as it stands today was a situation mutually agreed upon with the Palestinian Authority under the Oslo Accord and subsequent agreements. Now, I've been to South Africa myself, and I've seen with my own eyes how disgusting and soul-crushing the crime of apartheid is. This is part of the reason I can't stand these lies being spread by organizations like Amnesty International for political gain. This is my message to the UN and Amnesty